Welcome. Today is a red magnetic serpent galactic signature day, along with the turtle popping through here for the animal spirit of the moment of this message. Because I was vibing like I do with Source when I do all the time, literally all the time. No time to be an illusion. So, in the space of creation, that part. Welcome, loves. I'm going to give y'all a few to enter while I allow these messages to come on through. It has a lot to do with forgiving and forgetting and what's being downloaded at this moment as to what that truly means and the effects that it has on your body in connection to your spirit and in connection to your soul. And I love how the turtle pop on through here too, because the turtle in this deck speaks of it being an ancient soul, grounded, trusting, at home in itself. So I said, yeah, we're going to have to go live for this one, huh? So here we are. Welcome, loves. Thank you for liking the video, aka washing your hands. It's now 4:04 on the clock. So, forgiving and forgetting. Now, when it comes to the two minds that you have, we're speaking of your conscious mind and your subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind is in your heart. And when we speak of the balance of the divine feminine and the divine masculine, it has a lot to do with that heart space. You got the right ventricle and the left ventricle for reasons, plenty of reasons. So, left brain, right brain, duality, as within, so without, as above, so below. But when you speak of the as above, so below, you are the self or the being that is in between the two. And we know words to be spells. That's what they are. Spells are words, conversations that you have. This is where you would hear speaking life into existence, right? So forgive and forget in the two minds that you have, the conscious and the subconscious mind. Listen, everything that is in your subconscious mind is being downloaded from your conscious mind. Your conscious mind has the ability to forget if you say so. So when we speak of generational wounding, it seems like it's been enhanced with just that phrase, forgive but never forget. That's a spell. Because if you never forget, it's still in your subconscious mind and that cycle will continue. Now, how deep the wound becomes, this is what starts to be said. But this person did that, they did this, and this is the way this, and that's the way that. What that turtle said? Trusting at home in self you're not going to be at home in self if you're still moving about life that way. And I'm only telling you that one, yes, is a download, but it's a download based off of experience. See, we put ourselves in positions constantly to either evolve or not. So, forgive and forget. When I say forget, you're allowing your conscious mind to pick up a new scenario to download into your subconscious mind. Because whatever's in your subconscious mind is what's constantly going to put you in front of experiences, and it's also going to influence and inspire or inspire and motivate what it is that you're creating. Now we talk about purpose when it comes to that too, because there are some beings, in order for them to evolve, one of the levels of your purpose is to create from that essence of, I'm not going to forget. That's not everybody. See, this is why it's important to be authentic and a leader of self. So that way you can hear clearly. When I say hear, HEAR, we know the heart to be the first four letters of that word. Hearing is the first four letters of the word heart. Yeah, hearing with your heart. So if you're going to hear with your heart, you got to be unclogged. It has to be unblocked. It has to be activated, which means you're connected to it. Well, see, this is the other part about the way the planets move through different energies as far as what we call ages. Because now you're in a space of reflecting. Age of Pisces and Aries was beautifully designed for you to connect. Welcome, Aisha. Welcome, Vida, D, Amina. Welcome, love. So, we already know that the turtle definitely speaks of the 13 moons as well. What just caught my attention was this leg out like this, which gives me the vibe of like the magician. And the 13 moons. I would get it, but I'll give it another time. But yes, it is important to have a clearer understanding of the words that you choose to express what you're feeling, so that way you're not repeating a cycle. Okay? Because you may be able to sweep it under the rug, but the moment you have children, they can pick up the depths of whatever it is that you swept under the rug too. Okay? So let me see what cards come out from my deck here. Okay. Wow. That bell sounded a little different just now. It sounded a little different coming through this here right here. What planetary hour are we in? Is it Mercury? Because right here will be connected to Mercury. I got it right here. As far as where I'm located. I can close this up. It's the moon hour. We just left Mercury hour at 3:08, and it will be the moon hour until 4:14. Going into Saturn And my candle just spoke to us here. 413. Give me a second. Let me see what this is. 413 would be the Four of Wands. Okay, this is speaking of the home. The moon right now is in Scorpio. There's another reason why I sound like this too, or the vibration that you're picking up is what you're picking up. The moon is in Scorpio, so it has a lot to do with it. I love being moon in Scorpio energy. I ain't gonna lie to you. Let me see here. Well, I don't ever come up on here and lie. Shit, fuck that. They ain't got it in me. Let me see. 413, red candle. I am karma. Yeah. We have Heinrich, Mariana, Charlene, Brahmin, Casablanca. It says boop, but I just heard beepity boppity boop. Federico, Chameleon, which is, that just sounded like horses just now. But I know that was somebody flipping over a can or something, but it definitely sounded like horses. It's 414 now, which means we are in Saturn hour, and it says I am karma. So Saturn got something to say. Oh, that's right. Got me moving like this. Okay. I connect my heart and soul to the heart and soul of Mama Universe and Papa Universe. I connect my heart and soul to the heart and soul of my angels, spirit guides, ancestors, and angels that guide and protect me. I connect my heart and soul to the heart and soul of the gods and goddesses that flow through me as me for you and I collective to use our mind's eye to see at this very moment while Saturn delivered these messages to thee. You hear me? Okay. Now, and I'm going to end this live whenever I'm guided to. I'll just let y'all know that now. So I'm saying that only because you may not expect it, or it may sound you can hear that I'm going to, but I'm just letting you know that now. Let me see. Let me see something. 413. That's the Crohn's energy. Saturn is the Crohn's. What the fuck? Neath. Neath is on here. That is Mama Universe. She is the parent of Serket Selket, which is the goddess of fertility, death, curing from venomous bites and stings. And there's a reason why I'm telling you about this here energy about forgiving and forgetting. There's a lot of cliches that are out there that don't necessarily click with you, but you made them do so because it sounded right. But if we look at cause and effect, there's going to be a lot of cliches that you've seen that's just not going to resonate with you much longer or any longer. So let me see what messages you got here, baby. I am available for personal readings. Be very mindful as to the information that you receive when I respond to you. Moving forward, based on your request for a personal reading, depends on your response, because I don't tolerate a lot. Let me just let y'all know that now. I don't. So, but feel free, okay, to continue to watch the live videos before deciding to do so. because there's things that I'm aware of that I observe that having a reading with me may not be the, you know, what you may want to do at that moment. Just vibe with the lies first so you can learn about yourself. Because I do say a lot of different things that can really help you without having to book a reading. You know what I mean? So, but the moment you feel like you are, most cases where I'm being guided to do readings for are those of you, like this turtle says, has ancient souls, are ancient souls. You know it to the point where it's not affecting you in terms of you battling this knowing. Because it's one thing for you to know, and it's another for you to battle that knowing, because you could still be surrounded by people who will hinder that aspect of yourself. And if you're not prepared to shift, this is basically what I'm saying is if you're not prepared to shift and you're given information to reflect upon, and we're in an age where things are happening quickly and manifesting quickly because we're in this age of electricity. So it's like if you resonate with something, something goes off within you, within your body, spirit, and soul that you're like, yeah, I got to change this, but you don't change it. You're putting yourself in a position that's going to be uncomfortable, but not the uncomfortable that has to do with evolution. Okay. I mean, at first it will seem like it's not in a space of you evolving, but then it will become that if you allow it to be. That's all I'm saying. Because I ain't here to waste your time. Shit, ain't here to waste my time. But anyway, here we go. I am open for personal readings too. Let's see, what's this? Traveling, protection while traveling. The first thing I'm seeing is astral traveling, protection while astral traveling, either doing more things to do so that way you can go about the steps that your soul and your spirit in connection to your soul is guiding you to do, to forget about certain situations. See, the thing is, when we say forget, people think that has to do with you being weak. I'm gonna keep that to self until I'm guided to say something about that. But it's along the lines of there are certain diagnoses that they'll give people that has to do with your memory. But if we were able to be around this specific being, something tells me that's a being that constantly would say forgive but never forget. So now the mind becomes a roller coaster. With this radar room coming out here, it speaks of nobility, one's inner compass. Remedy H is now posting the video. We are the ancients from a distant past. It's lovely. And there was no such thing as forgive but never forget. At least from the way I'm being downloaded information with notifications that I get in, and the way I'm translating the information to you all. So, from the way I see it, and from where I come from, when it comes to unconditional love, to forget something is going to take a lot of work from you. plenty of work. So for me, that's almost like a control system when it comes to getting 1 or 2 degrees when you can study things by yourself, get multiple um, forms of data within you that relate to more than just 12 degrees. Remember, I started 1 and 2. There's more than enough information within you, which is what education is supposed to be. There's more than enough information within you to bring out. Forgive and forget. That statement of forgive but never forget takes all your power away to even step into the path of self knowledge, of bringing out what's within you, because you're still holding on to something that one don't even fucking exist in your life anymore. But you're making it so, but it has nothing, it doesn't have something to connect to become a reality. So a lot of what you're seeing in reflection to that has to do with the delusion. Let your soul hear what I'm saying to you right now. Or at least your journey on the path to realigning with it, because 2211 on the timer, not everyone has one because of the lack of memory of your soul. It says here your prayers have been heard and answered. So whoever you are, okay, and all of this traveling you've been doing and reconnecting with your inner compass, your path, you're going to see what this is about though, this path situation. It says taking charge, living in the present, access to inner advice, and the outer compass, following the heart. Protection while traveling, following the heart, the subconscious mind. So if there are things that you are forgiving but not forgetting, and you're following the heart, which is where the subconscious mind is, that which you have forgiven is going to continuously reappear in your life because you didn't forget it. And I heard that sound of horses again. This is number 23 here. You have North Node and South Node. Proverbs 18:21. Death and life are in the power of the tongue. Peace enters your life when you surrender. And then we have the family that understands, which means you are the core family. Therefore, you have the galactic signature of the white wind, blue hand, yellow human, or red earth. If you are the white wind, you are the zone of the high priestess, galactic karmic or outbreath of Uranus. If you are the blue hand, you are the zone of the avatar, which is the galactic karmic or outbreath of Earth. If you are the yellow human, you are the zone of the sage, the solar prophetic or in-breath of Earth. And if you are the red earth, you are the zone of the navigator, which is the solar prophetic or the in-breath of Uranus. So Inhale, red earth. Exhale, white wind. Inhale, yellow human. Exhale, blue hand. That's what this is saying right here. Now, that's for those of you who know your galactic signatures and that type of vibe. But let me go into this message here. Because at the top of the deck, you definitely have Hagalaz, which speaks of destructive forces of nature. Hail, which are the pearls of the infinite creator. Radical change. There's been a lot of interesting storms going on that I know people don't want to commit to because it's similar to those type of storms. Is yeah, it's definitely resembling where people don't want to forget situations. So you're gonna allow this storm to come in and scare the fuck out of you to change it. I mean, you can wait to that point, but you don't have to. It speaks of severe weather, chaos, psychoanalysis. Now, this severe weather is the way that the earth performs an exorcism on self, removing what is no longer serving its purpose. Then you have inevitable faith, which is described as supernatural. Now, the card that came out was the turtle, speaking of an ancient soul grounded and trusting. If you had a conversation with the core of the earth and what it's deciding to do with all that are dwelling within, on, and around it, can you truly say that your subconscious mind will be able to perform the duties asked by the core of the earth, the heartbeat of the earth, to keep it in this state of evolving? Because as Sister Myra would say, the planet wants her crown. So you know when you're on your spiritual path and you're doing what you got to do for you so that way you can remain on this path. No matter what's going on around you, you know you have a connection to the bliss that you can reflect from within. Do you truly feel that within your subconscious mind, it is set up in a way that the earth can trust you? Because if you're still holding on to those same exact wounds or the blood that has been shed upon this planet from all of these situations or experiences that humankind has had, where are you within that? Something to ask yourself. This is deeper than what you got going on in your family or what you experience in general. Like, because what if this planet decided to ascend to a level within realms or within density that requires you to really be connected and reflecting unconditional love? There wouldn't be a lot of people on the planet now. Even if that shit make myself. Oh no, I'm like, listen, girl. But you see what I'm saying? It's just something to think about, something to feel, something to taste, touch. When I say touch, this could be things that you're processing through your thoughts and writing them out, drawing them out, dancing them out, singing them out. It says here that the turtle helps to ground and connect. Let me go from here. It is wonderful to be in the presence of a turtle personality, like the beaver. The turtle has a strong relationship with the earth and water elements simultaneously. This helps to ground and connect them to the deeper truths of life, no matter where their travels led them, where their life travels led them. That's for some. Turtle energy is behind all great writers and storytellers as they collect life experiences under their shells for later use. The most potent turtle energy helps us close all the other books and begin to tell our own true tale. So you see why that's another reason to forgive and forget, because it's for the purpose of your subconscious mind. So whatever it is that you're replaying because you chose not to forget it. Because, okay. For foundation, get. What you chose not to get because it didn't resonate with the path of what you want to solidify as your foundation. Letting go of all things that's not going to allow you to get the foundation that you want. Fucking words, man. Yellow warriors at the bottom of the deck. Let me see what's going on here. Okay, no, that wasn't on there. I'm going to move on to a tarot spread. Let's go here. So the turtle, when you're in balance to the nature of the turtle, you're peaceful, adventurous, and productive. When out of balance, slows down to a halt to bring into balance and adventure. So this message is definitely um, something you want to take note of as we're in the north node of Taurus and south node of Scorpio, because when the nodal shifts change to north node being in Aries and the south node being in Libra, that's the nodal shift of the adventurer. So right now you're getting to know more about what it is that you are worthy of and the way that presents itself to you physically. With the South Node in Scorpio, in order for you to see what you're worth physically, there are a lot of things that have to be removed that are toxic, that prevent you from connecting to your deepest emotions. Okay, so let's see what we got going on here. Welcome again, everyone. Thank you for liking the video. Your current situation is the Page of Pentacles with the Peacock. Ladybugs are significant, although there's a peacock here, but something about a ladybug, which speaks of, my mom actually told me this too, that the Mother of God passes her hands over your eyes once you give birth, from the pain to the moment that you see your child and you tell yourself you do this over again as many times as you're able to. It's like that quick transition between a painful moment to nothing but joy and bliss. So, Page of Pentacles. Something within your physical reality is starting to peek from the soil here. We have the Fool card at the bottom of the deck. This is definitely someone who decides to go on a journey to seek the truth of humanity and connection to the cosmos. What's crossing this energy? Really, the Wheel of Fortune. Letting the divine step in. Is giving me post-traumatic stress when it comes to mothers delivering. Why is that even happening? And remember now we have this title of forgive and forget. And I just told you that when you have children, they have a way of bringing out what's inside of you into a different form of fruition in the physical. Okay, so my wonderful divine feminine, if you are watching this video, you are one with post-traumatic stress after having a child. Ask yourself what it is that you are forgiving but not forgetting, and if you're unable to forget, why? Why? See, that definitely do a personal reading for. Once what I won't do a personal reading for, and do not email me about this either, is if someone is putting you in a third party situation. I ain't here for that. And I'm not sorry. I'm not here for that. People got to start knowing themselves and doing better when it comes to situations that they're putting themselves in. You're allowing yourself to do that. And the reason why I say allowing is because you'll see the signs. People will show you signs as to who they are and what their intentions are. But again, forgive and forget. Whatever it is that you're not forgetting, or they are most certainly showing you. It's the crone energy coming through here now. This is Saturn energy coming through here now. Okay? Because when we speak of Saturn in the feminine sense, strong, way stronger than the moon. Way stronger than the moon. Okay? So, just pay attention. And the best way for you to pay attention to what's going on around you, and I see why the Wheel of Fortune, which is divine intervention, is a challenge right now. Because the Page of Pentacles will be connected to all of the earth signs, including Libra, which will be an air sign. Mars is in Gemini. What's in Libra right now? Something with Libra. Hold on, give me a second. Give me a second. One thing about me, I'm going to show you what you're worth, because I don't tolerate anything other than that. Let me see. Mercury and Libra. Okay, that's what it was. Excuse me. Okay. This assists with communication too. Mercury is the sign of the communicator, and Libra has to do with balance and partnerships. Pay attention to, what songs your playlist is sharing with you also in connection to this message if you're here or whenever you decide to watch this. Look at that, you got the Two of Cups at the bottom of the deck. This is Venus, which rules Libra and Taurus. But let's see what's at the base of your reading. Two of Wands. Mars in Aries. We have Mars in Gemini. Some of you may have Mars in your first house right now. A lot of physical, fitness is going to be great for you to balance out the way you want to express yourself, especially if you have Mars transiting the first. It's not 444. Wow, but when you pray, go to your room, close the door, and pray to your Father who is unseen, and your Father who sees what you do in private will reward you. Saturn. That's like big. That's Mama Universe as a father. As a father. So that could be a message for some of you here, especially with this coming up at the base of the reading with Mars and Aries. There's an action you're wanting to take when it comes to you being the warrior of your spirit. Doesn't mean that you're going around here about the people, but it really means that you have a very strong connection to your heart, your subconscious mind, and nothing can sit here and influence you to do anything other than what is in connection to your path. There's two ways you can go about this. I know you see that lightning on this side. I know you see the birds on this side. So you might want to get a little bit more familiar with your Mars energy at this time, and Venus too. Mercury, excuse me. Something about Venus though, because that's your core values. But Mercury, Libra, Venus. And we also got Pallas, Athena's energy in the sign of Gemini. So your thoughts and your words have an ability at this moment, as above, so below, as you being the in-between, all of that has access to information. This could be numbers, this could be words, this could be sounds, this could be anything that communicates to your senses, so much so to get you to where you're supposed to be directing your energy. Okay? I just got teary-eyed. Got the moon at the bottom of the deck here. I ain't call you weak, moon, but I'm just saying. You know how Saturn rolls. We got the Judgment card here in your immediate past. The advice, the outcome, and what's in your environment has a lot to do with a decision that's being made, or has to be made from being at a crossroads, 20. You could be seeing 220 often, or 22, or 222. There's a bigger picture being presented to you that you are either seeing, but still have yet to take certain steps towards it, or you're not seeing it at all. Because it speaks of making a decision, taking action on a decision you have already made. And you got 3 of Wands. For some of you, this has to do with something you want to do on your own, but you feel like you should be doing this with other people. 4440. The only other people that you're going to be doing this with is your angels around you, because it seems like you're going through an initiation. Crowning this reading, you have the 2 of Pentacles, just like that. You got a 2 at the top and a 2 at the bottom. And in between that is basically what I'm saying right now about you being the center of this. What are you going to do with this newfound awareness you have when it comes to the way you can manifest abundance? Whatever abundance means to you, that shit is going to be different for everybody. It ain't shit, but it's going to be different for everybody. Okay. In your immediate future, you have support. You're going to be given what it is that you're asking for. If this means, support from humans, that's available. But the challenge here is this divine intervention. What is, we got the Queen of Pentacles. It's got something to do with somebody in their business. You want to start a business here. That's what it looks like. But it's also showing me so you could be somebody that's reached a point of why you had to be silent. You hear it often, like, keep your ideas to yourself or your thoughts to yourself until you do what you want to do. But what has been coming to me as to why that is for you to see who's going to suggest for you to do something you're already doing, which is basically showing you two things. They like to talk and they never check up on you. But you have to see that though, because this could be somebody that you're constantly checking up on and you're wasting your time with. That was 6. So 6 of Swords energy, moving on from certain situations. 450, that's a 9. Okay. Let's see what the Wheel of Fortune is. Why would the Wheel of Fortune be a challenge? I mean, I love you got 1, 2, 3, 4 cards that came out. Because whatever strategy you have, this is exactly what I'm saying. This is exactly what I'm saying. You have a strategy already, but you constantly connect with people who are giving you less than what you deserve, and it keeps you at a stalemate from your victory and success. But you gotta let the divine step in, and if they let the divine step in, look at that. You holding the Holy Grail here at the bottom of the deck. This could also be connected to those who forgive but say that they're not going to forget, because Cancerian energy speaks of ancestors. So you not forgetting, you're going to continue to carry these ancestral wounds. That ain't shit to play with if we know that, right? Okay. Look at what you got there. Look at what you got there. If you allow the divine to come in, you get the double. Okay, you get the double. There she goes again. There she go again. And I know you see Queen of Cups and the World card peeking through here. What's this though? Look at that, the 6 of Swords that you heard these. This might be that moment I might just sit here and end the live, because at this point I feel like you got it already. Because well, slow and steady. Always won the race. Especially in this earthly realm. You weren't conceived to date and born tomorrow as a 21-year-old, although you may have had the principles of a 21-year-old from the moment you were born, but you weren't conceived today and then tomorrow you were the 21-year-old. Unless you're in a different realm and you can dip on out of here and dip out, because for me, ain't nothing impossible, but I'm just saying. So, let's see what your advice is. focus on your victory and success that more than likely you've been stuck on. Today is definitely a crescent moon, too. It's a waxing crescent. This is a waxing crescent. Courage to move forward with the idea that's being given to you from the stars, because that's Aquarius right there. Look at this shit. You got the Four of Swords at the bottom of the deck. You got to heal in order for you to really grow and integrate this growth in society based on your life path. Your life path, not what others think or feel about your life path. Your life path. Get that through your skull, man. It's your path. Let's see here what's in the environment now. Okay. It's being shown to you exactly what it is that you had disconnect from, but I'm going to see what this was. Whatever it was that was making you feel left out in the cold. And you always tend to say, you know what, no. Okay. It's one thing for you to know that people forgive them for they know not what they do. Forgiving them for they know not what they do. But it's also another to keep entertaining that. It's time for you to move forward from that. For what it is that you're forgiving them for. So that way you can forget. And to forget is to remove yourself. Because if you don't, then obviously it's, it's going to be shown to you over and over and over again. And again, like I said, this is the moon in Aquarius with the Seven of Swords. Some of you could be seeing a lot of cats at random moments. Or you could have been seeing them more than usual. This message is definitely for you. It's time for you to focus on what you're here to do. You may be leaving some people out in the cold, but also pay attention to that response, because it's not your intention to leave people out in the cold. Your intention is really more so to get yourself in alignment to your star self. And if that's a problem for people, that's something you got to pay attention to let go of, especially if you're still holding on to it. Okay? So, look at that, the World card again. Doubts and fears, beloved. Here's your message. When it comes to what you're doubting or fearing about all of this, stay focused on your spiritual journey, your spiritual knowledge, because it's the key to where you're going. Yeah, with this here Hierophant, the Hierophant has two keys, the keys of the above and below, and you're the one in between. Look at that shit. The High Priest is at the bottom of the deck. Okay. The outcome. That's where you see judgment at. Six of Wands. Focus on where reciprocity is in your life. Because you're one to give what you're giving. You gotta match that vibration now. You got the fucking Tower at the bottom of the deck. Your foundation has been shifted probably about 17 times. I don't know your life. But yes. The last 17 years, your life could have been going through a shift. I don't care if you are 20. You may have been realizing this from the time you were 3. Well, let's get you a, what's under the tower? Oh, wow. These 3. And there you go with the Queen of Cups again. See what I was saying about when you don't forgive and forget? When you don't forgive and forget, You stay in the oven, your ass might get burnt up. Or you can go through these lessons and gain your power and get fired up. You can either get fired up or burnt up. It's up to you. I'm about to give birth to something new here. Some of you are focused on something of the past that really hurt you. Got the Ten of Cups here under the deck though. Stay strong. Stay along the side of your courage, especially in this waxing crescent moon energy. See that cat again? For some reason, there's a cat that comes around you, but it's actually the embodiment of Sekhmet's energy, of Bastet's energy, depending on where you're at in your life. If you're connecting more to Bastet's energy, she's really clearing you out from the wounds and the battles that you've had as a warrior. And Bastet is basically putting you in this state of being more nurturing from realizing the lessons of those battles. Nonetheless, divine timing is definitely at play when it comes to the Three of Swords. Divine timing, Wheel of Fortune, is also divine intervention. This is Saturn in Taurus. Some of you may have Saturn in Taurus or Saturn in your second house. So I'm going to give you one more animal card as the advice, overall advice. What is the overall advice for the collective? See me shaking my head because I'm telling you, like, if I was if this is an athlete, I'm talking to them like, you got this. You've trained for exactly this. Just do what you know. Do what you know. Do what you know. There's a reason why I'm saying that, because some of you could be so focused on what's coming for you that is not serving you. Focus more on what's coming for you that serves you and that you actually want, because the rabbit in this deck has a tendency to look out for when the eagle is coming. The eagle. Now, you can choose to be the eagle and the rabbit, which means that you can see things directly on in the bigger picture, which is now connecting to abundance, which is the rabbit, or you can separate yourself the way they taught you to separate yourself from your higher self. And then this separation happens when you're constantly looking at yourself, and that's what's getting you to. Because the rabbit, looking at the eagle in that perspective as the way that we're expressing it, because the abundance that you're able to attain will come from your perspective of seeing what's directly in front of you and what's completely around you, and bringing them to the center. Past, present, future. When you bring those three together, that's the now. Let me get one more. The fox. Yeah. Very cunning. You have a lot of ideas. It's time to get moving, or somebody's about to send you a message that makes you get moving because you're manifesting this. So this is basically preparation meeting opportunity. Some of you are, don't put yourself in a position to say no to something you manifested. It's your time, baby. Make sure you know that. Live that. Forgive and forget, because what you're not forgetting, you're putting back into your subconscious mind, and then now it's becoming your reality. What do you want your reality to be? To forget what no longer serves you and move on for what no longer serves you, and live the life that you're supposed to. Abundant, unconditional love, blissful. Yeah, there's a lot of shit going on because collectively everybody's doing shit that they ain't supposed to, but whatever. I love you.